Hello folks, this is Marcos again, and today we are going to create this new component. We haven't talked about that before. I'm talking about the slider. Slider are these little bar over here that can be slided from left to right. In some cases that might be slided from right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top, whatever. But the case is this component is used to jump, let's say this way, to jump from a point to another point. For example, if I want to increase the volume in my app, the app that I listen to my music, I can use a slider. If I want to control the bright on my screen, on my app's screen, I can use the slider as well. Of course that I have other ways to do that, but slider is really useful. In this case, I was talking about the brightness. I think that I just have the slider control. But if I want to increase or decrease the volume, I can use the physical buttons, right? I have two buttons to increase or decrease, but I can also use the slider to control if my music is gonna be higher or lower volume, right? So we are going to create these sliders. Here I'm demonstrating the slider into some context. For example, to be more meaningful, I believe so, it's better to explain this way. Here we will reproduce this interface where we have this background with some blur on the image behind here. Then we have this main image, we have title, name, album, we have some buttons, we have this little hand to demonstrate the interaction, like here when we tap and slide left or right, and then we release. Okay, we have some states to talk about, like here. We have active, which means it's ready to receive some interaction. Oops, I'm sorry. So we have, like here, for example, no sound, no bright, something like this. It gets a little grayish, like, you know, when you see something like this, you know that it has to have some interaction to change, like here. We increased something here, and then the color it's whiter, and here too, in the end. Okay, and when this thing, mainly when we are talking about web, so when we click, we can consider something like this to demonstrate some sort of feedback. So we can tap, when we release, it disappears. And then we tap here, slide, and release. We drag and, you know, we click or tap and drag and release after. And here we have this state disabled, which means for some reason, some technical problem, it's impossible to slide at this point in this moment, right? So let's see what we have here. As usual, I prefer to demonstrate things before we jump into the tutorial properly. I like to demonstrate how we separate things. For example, here we are talking about atoms. As you know, we have this page, then we have the same image, I think so, but I applied some sort of blur over here, and I think that I've never showed you before, guys, how to do that. So this is an opportunity to learn a little more. Then we have the image I talked about. I will show you where to find cool images for free. if I haven't shown that before. Then we have little icons that goes into the status bar. We have these controllers we will draw. They are pretty easy to do. Then we have these icons, these buttons to the Android navigation bar. Then we have some styles of text and some lines, easy to do, right? Then we start combining things, like, you know, we have one atom, but when we combine two atoms, we have a molecule. So here we have some molecules. I combined 3 icons, 3 elements. So I have this molecule. Here I combined more icons. I formed a molecule to be the controller. I combined the text to be this area where I can identify the song I'm playing now, and we combined some icons and text to be our status bar. As you will see, for here I combined the background with this image. And as you can see here, I'm using a transparent, zero opacity for the background here in the status bar and in the Android navigation bar, because some applications, the modern applications, they don't have this separation. Like I can see this background here and here. Like for example, I can show you right now just to make a little more of sense. Here, you see? We have this dark blue background here and here, but in this case we don't have. It's some possibility of working with modern applications, more fluid. There is no right or wrong. You decide which one is better for you. So we combined here many things together, many many molecules together, and then we got these organisms. I'm training my pronunciation of organisms. Like I said in the last tutorial, it's a little harder to me because I am a Portuguese native speaker, and some pronunciations in English, they are not that good, but I'm trying. And I enjoy to speak as well. That this side project, I'm trying to improve my English and at the same time being more in contact with design stuff and helping people as well. So it's good. It's like win-win situation. So here we combined more molecules and we got this organism. And here, same thing. We combined the bar and the controller. And finally, we have this template. I like to think about templates because here we are illustrating the thing is done, right? But we are still talking about concepts. But it's good to have things this way, template, like we can componentize all the things, and then we make a library of templates, for example, a library of components. And then when someone wants to use the components we did before, it will be more flexible, more easy to understand, because like here, if I use this way, the designers in the team or the developers, they might think this application is only, this component, this template is only for a music player, but that might be true for video player, for example, or other matters like some application for meditation, mindfulness, that might be used too. So when I use template, really without any information, people will feel and understand that thing more flexible, freely to be used in several ways. So we got this template, and finally we have the page, because the difference between template and page is the real data and not fake data, or I explained that before many times. I am quite sure that you got my point, because I talk about that usually. And here, oops, what did I do here? I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna fix it. Let me see. Yes, I did. This crap thing. All right. So in here, to demonstrate things in a sort of flow, we have this music being played, and then the user tap it and drag it, you know, because the user wants to go to the end of the song, not the music, the song, and then the user release it like here. So we have these states. We have active, focused, and active again, right? So it's time to start doing our tutorial. Okay, let's do that. First of all, I will show my UI, and then let me see the size of this screen. It is 220 iPhone SE, I think so. So we can press A, the shortcut, or we can click here. Then this bar will appear. We will pick up the, I said Android SE, but I was wrong. It's iPhone SE. So we got this, right? I will drag to here. Sometimes, just for a matter of user interface, I like to use some round corners like H, for example, will be fine. I'm gonna name this one here like home, or other name you decide that can be good. Color, easy to change, as you know, but you can pick up here or type the color, like total black is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. In the future, I can create some tutorial explaining, for example, if I want to use red one, I will type 0, 0, 0, 0, FF. Oops, I'm sorry. It's totally blue, talking about RGB. So here, FF 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 for red one, right? And then you can think, whoa, how do you know the way to do those things? How do you memorize them? And it's not hard, but I can create some tutorial in the future to share this little piece of knowledge with you. Okay, now we need to have some image to illustrate. I will speed up a little bit because I'm doing many tutorials over here, and I believe that you are like a pro, better than me at this point, so I don't need to go in details all the time about every single piece of design I'm doing. And we are doing our 17th tutorial. We did a lot of things. I recommend you, if you haven't watched the previous tutorials, I recommend you to step back, turn around, and watch all of them. There are many good content to see. Okay, and then let's go. We are going to go to Unsplash. I don't know if you know this website, Unsplash. I really recommend that. It's perfect to get good images for free. So here we are going to type singer, for example. Those images over here, they are from shutters. I'm sorry, from iStock photos. So they are paid. So keep attention. It's a sort of advertisement, right? But you have to scroll down, and then you are going to see free images and high quality images for free. For example, if I want to use one of those singers, it's gonna be easier. I'm sorry, I got a flu. I'm sorry about that. So we have many singers here. You decide each one is gonna be better for you. Each image is gonna be more adequate, more cool for your design, right? I'm gonna go, let me see, I'm trying to find something nice, something that represents what I want to demonstrate. For example, let's suppose I wanna go with, let's say, this one here. Okay, I will tap, I will click once, and then we can see here images for free. in my case, I don't even need to download because this image seems good for me. I will just copy, right click, copy image. Then I'm gonna go back to Figma. I will design some rectangle, same measure I have here. So it's gonna be 320 by 568. I draw whatever size, then I type here. Yes, whatever color. Actually, it's gonna be better black. Let me see if it makes sense. Press ask. Select the rectangle. We can type like background to have this name. Then Ctrl V to paste. Cool. Now I'm gonna show you how to do some styling in the image. So we can open it here, and then we can adjust the exposure. We can adjust the contrast. If I see the slider, we are making sliders, right? So here the sliders, you know, from left to right, from right to left, they serve, the purpose of them is to adjust things more or less. So we found a slider here on Prezi. Temperature, we can, you know, cold, hot, tint, highlights, and shadows. So we can do many things over here, but what I really want, I want this image to be black and white. So I have to diminish totally the saturation. It's gonna be black and white. I can increase the contrast if I want. So every time, guys, that you want or need to have images that they are colorful, you want them to be black and white, you can use this method, this way. Cool. Next thing I want to do, it is to apply the blur I talked about. So I'm gonna open it here, style, not exactly, I will open this plus sign, right? And then the first one is gonna be shadow, but I want to change it. I will open it here and change to layer blur. See, I got a little blur. Then I can increase, so I will click here in this effect settings, this little sun, and I can go to my keyboard and hit the up arrow many times, as much as you want. I will have something like 48, I think so, something like this. And now I'm gonna close it here, click in this image. It's hard to select now. I don't know what's going on. My software is a little crazy. Let me try to change window. Come back here. I don't know what happened. Oh Lord. I don't know what happened. It's crazy. Never happened before. So I will pause the video and I will come back when I fix it. Just a moment, guys. We will not realize. Okay, guys, I came back. I don't know what was going on, but I solved the problem. I close it and I open again Figma, and now I can select things. Well, we will click here and drag to the page, right? When you select here home, we have this little down arrow. We can open it here, and then the image is not inside of that yet, so I have to move again And now when I select home and I open it, well, that should be here. I don't know what's happening. Now I can see here. See, background as we name it. We have this background here. Okay, background is inside of home, and then we can click here to align by the center and by the center. It's too white yet, so I want to click twice here to select this image. I can open it here again. I see the image over here, and then I can diminish the contrast, for instance. No, the exposure. Yeah, see, I can see that I have some image in the background, but it's just to compose my design. And now we have more things to do. We can have the same image to be the cover, right? The album's cover. So we are going to go to have some size like this, 268 by 253. I will draw some rectangle. I forgot the number, 268 by 283, something like this. I don't remember. No. 268, 253. I made wrong just one number. 253, just perfect. Whatever color, right? Because we are going to change the color. Some round corner, right? Then see what we can do. Click here twice. Make sure that we are selecting the background image. Right click. We have this option here. Copy and paste. Copy properties, select here, right click, paste properties. See, the same thing happens. I pasted the image over here, but I can change the properties. The first thing, I will remove this layer blur. I'm gonna apply again these round corners, and I'm gonna open it here and restore all the sliders. I'm gonna show you slides sometimes. I can even make it a little better, like here and more saturation, something like this. So we have this image. I will place things like just occurred me now to work the way we should work in atoms, right? Then we have those little things over here. We can step back, jump into a older tutorial like this one here. We can select, copy, click twice until you had hit the small elements. We can press and hold shift, click here and here and here too. Control C, come back to slider. We don't need to draw all the small details every single time. Make sure to group that, call icons, or even like we learned in the previous tutorial, we can make auto layouts as well. We can come here. Where is that? We can use the shortcuts Shift and A, auto layout, and then we have the options to make better spacing and align by center, whatever. Cool. We can name this group as icons, something like this, and then move. Don't lost your icons because we have many elements on the screens. We can do the same with Android navigation bar, click twice, press and hold shift, select the elements you want, copy, step back here, paste. I pasted inside of here. I will click Alt. Now it's okay. Paste, press Shift Alt to make auto layout. Name that we can name navigation bar. It's gonna be better. And here stylus bar. There are many ways to do that. It's just one way. Okay, so we had the icons separated and now they are together. So we are already in molecules like here, right? And we have more things to do. Now we are going to draw these elements over here. They are easy. I will move then here to do together with you. I'm gonna change their color to be easier to identify. I will start with this one here. It's easier. We don't need to mind about the real size. Just press P, then click here, move this arrow around. If you prefer, press and hold shift, you know, to go this way, like diagonal. Then we finish closing here, press ask, come here, fill whatever color we are gonna change, remove the stroke. Then we can make it a little not so height, something like this is gonna be fine. Let's see, pretty similar. Now we could use that technique I showed you before, like press R, draw something like 48 by 48. I taught you before how to do that. Some whatever color. Cool, it's gonna be background. Then we are going to place it here inside. Oops, what can I do now? I can select this one here, Ctrl X, click here, Ctrl V. Now I move and I paste it over. Bless you. My girlfriend just sneezed. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. That happens. Okay, now I'm gonna diminish that, like using the 8 pixels grid. Let's see. 40, 32. Select and align. Yeah, not so bad. Yeah, just to have something to have inside, you know, just to align better things. And so now I will type here 0. That might be here or here. Select both of them, Ctrl G to group. You can call icon or play, you decide. Play inside icon and background. So now we got the play. Cool. It seems it's not well aligned, but it is. If you click twice here, select the background, type 100, it seems like this part here has more space, but when you select and press Alt, you see that we have 5 for each side. 5, 5, left, right, 2, 2, top and down. We could have something like this too. You see, that's possible too, but it's not a big problem, you know. Inside of this space, we have to look to get the look and feel, to see if the icons together they are making sense or not. So yeah, I prefer this way. Cool. We have this first icon. And then to have the others, it's gonna be easier. Like I said, just duplicating, I change. I'm gonna call back. No, what is that? Backwards. Let me see if I type it right. Backwards. Yes. In Portuguese, para trás. Para trás. Backwards. Cool. Let's go back to Figma. So we have this one here. What we can do is show 100% of the background. Then we are duplicating this one here, moving this position, selecting both of them and diminishing. To diminish properly, I can press and hold shift, so I will not distort like this. It will be proportional. And then I have to keep the same 5522, or at least closer I can. And now things are in the center. You know how to align them. 99 because I needed to diminish its size, so it's perfectly normal. Cool. It's gonna be 0 again. I have to invert, so I'm gonna select this one here and I will flip. To flip, I can press and hold shift and L. No, shift and V. Just a moment, not V. I forgot. Some H. Yes, shift and H. Perfect. So I got this one. Now I will just duplicate. I press and hold Alt. I drag to this direction, and here I do the same one. Select this one here, Shift H, and here Shift H. I just change its name. Now it's forward. Let me see if my spelling is correct. Yes, it's okay. Which more we have here? I will drag like this. I'm gonna call next. I'm gonna delete this one here. I'm gonna draw this little rectangle, something like this. Make sure you are here, click twice, press R and draw something like this. It's easier. Then change its color. Now make sure to show the red part. I'm not going to increase or decrease any size. I just want to align by center like this. You can see this red guide. It's gonna help us. If you are not seeing that, I can change its color over here just to make sure. When I press Alt, I can see that I'm in the right place. 9, 9, 10, 11. Sometimes it's not a big deal, like, oh my god, 10 here, 11 here, oh, it's not gonna work. It happens sometimes because things, they have their own size. So some things, a wrong number will appear, but it's not a big deal, trust me. You can live with that. So now it's time to be red again and 0 opacity, right? We are almost done with that. Let me see it. Just one more here. This one is next. Whoops, I'm sorry. Oops, I'm sorry again. What's wrong with my group? Whoa. Ah, I see here this rectangle. I'm gonna call shape something like this. I'm gonna move inside of my group. Cool. And now I could even select both of them. I'm gonna show you something that it's really cool. In the future, I will do more tutorials like this. Here we can union the selection. And now they are the same thing. They are not separated anymore. They still are, but they are together too. If I move, you know, but I can't add it then yet. But if I click twice again, I can add it, but they are together. If I come here, I select this union, right? I come here and I flat the selection. Now they are just one thing, and I will have any problem anymore to move them. Okay, next is okay. Now I'm gonna copy and move here. Normally I press and hold Alt. You can as well press Ctrl D to duplicate, Ctrl V, right, and move things around, or Ctrl C, Ctrl V, whatever. And here you know what to do. Click twice, press Shift H. Cool. And then we draw it all the icons we need. They are black here because it's easier to see, like I said before. We can select all of them like this way, and then when we have two colors, they will appear here, selection colors. The red is not appearing, and you know the reason, because we make the red 0% opacity and the black is okay. But now we can change. We don't need to change any color one by one. We can select all the elements and change like this. Cool. And now it's time to do the texts. Why not? The title, it's gonna be Roboto. Now I type here, I type it 15. We can go with 16, right? Roboto bold 16. Title Roboto, find here Roboto bold 16. Cool. White. Place it here, or select all of them and change to black. It's gonna be easy to change again to white, like here. Now we know, we just change it here to black and here to black too. Easier. And this one here, let's see, Roboto regular 12. Name Roboto, find it here, Roboto regular 12, and it's gonna be black because after we are going to change. And here is the same one, so we got title, artist name, and album name. It's gonna be better text. Text. Okay. And now it's time to do the slider. It's easier as well. Sliders and some ellipses. And we have two states, right? And 2, 3, 9. We open it here, line, or press L, the shortcut L. 2, 3, 9. We draw a line here. 2, 3, 9. We start like doing a line like this, then we can come here and type 2, 3 line. Let's call line black Some people, they don't like to have opacity in the components, like, oh, if I want to have some line a little not so dark, lighter, I can come here, you know, and do something like this, like 24, 32, 40. Some people they do, some people they don't do, but let's do that. Ellipse, we need to have one ellipse like this, 12 by 12, easy to do. Press O, the shortcut, or come here, ellipse, oval, whatever size you can draw, like this, black color. Then come here and type 12 by 12 and make sure to lock the constraint. Cool. Now let's duplicate and let's see the size we use it here. It's gonna be 24 by 24, 32 opacity. by 32. Cool. So now we have all the atoms we need to have. Now it's time to put things together. Okay, we can even let our elements here so we can go to them if we need. Like, I will not delete what we got so far. I will just like duplicate and move things here. So let's start assembling then. Let's do molecules. I got one atom here, another atom here. I'm gonna put them together. You know how to do that. I showed you before. Cool. Now this navigation bar is okay. Let's place it here. The status bar is okay. I'll place it, but I'm moving and I want to copy. So you know how to copy things. Let's copy them here. Cool. This image too, I'm gonna move here. Cool. Now we got those icons over here. We can organizing them better. See, we will press Shift Alt to have this auto layout, and then we can change the auto layout direction. Click here, horizontal, so we can change like vertical, horizontal, and we have this control to increase things like, or to decrease 24. We can go like 8 pixels grid, increasing, decreasing. Cool. Let's call this auto layout. It's a sort of group, but more powerful. Controllers. 1L, 2Ls, double L. I don't remember. I'm gonna check that. L, as I was with this feeling. 2Ls, double L. So controllers. Cool. Okay, controllers. Let me see which more. We could select here. Let's copy to here, and we could use auto layout to see Shift A, and then we change the auto layout here, and then we can call texts. Yes. Something like this, just to organize it better. And then we select all our texts, like one by one. That might be center all of them, center, because once that we start typing, see, the auto layout will do those things, so things will be more organized, if you got the point, right? So auto layout is really powerful. Now we have the texts, and we should have to finish this part here. So let's copy, and remember that we need to change its color later. And here, let's see our bar. See the composition of that. We have this darker part, this lighter part, this transparent part, and finally this ellipse. So all we need, I will select this one, I will diminish its size. See that it's hard to keep the position, so I need to press and hold shift, so things will be like this. Then I'm gonna move, I'm gonna call ellipse, something like this, ellipse or shape, you decide. Here I can call something like selected, I don't know, you decide, you will have many time to do that without me. I'm gonna move it here, and I'm gonna move it here too. Maybe it's too big, I'm gonna decrease a little, 24, I think it's better. And then I'm gonna position this bar behind, and we got what we need. Let's see here, exactly, just the color is different. So we have line, ellipse, and behind another ellipse. We can select all of them, Ctrl G, and not auto layout this time, Ctrl G, and call that slider, because slider is our main proposal of this tutorial. Cool. Now it's time to join the molecules. So we are going to select all of them, click Alt, cover all the elements, press and hold Alt, click and drag down. We are copying this way. And now it's time to organize things together. So this is a molecule and this is a molecule. They together, they make an organism. I just need to change the color over here and to measure like 40 by 40. And here the distance 32.45. It's not right. I have to make that better. Let's see what I can do. The problem is the size of the elements. Like here, see, when I click twice, this element is not 16 by 16. In some point I made something wrong, so I can type it here 16 by 16, but I removed the constraint, right, to make things right. Here the same thing, remove the constraint, 16 by 16. Here the same one. Here it's a little different. I have to what did I do here? I have to flatten here, yeah, and type again 16 by 16. Cool. Now I think we can work better. Yeah, I have no broken number anymore, so something like 40 is gonna be cool too. 40 by 40. And here, see, 40, maybe we should go with 24. And here it's hard to move things now because we changed it, right? We are using auto layout, so we need to increase the auto layout. We have many ways to do that. The first way to do that is we can come here, hug, that's okay here, but here left, we could go left and right, but this is not the case. We have to increase this part here. Let's see the name, spacing between items. We just have to increase and measure like 24 in each part. Cool. Not that much. 26, one more. Yeah, cool. So we have our bar, the items, they are too far. Yeah, they might be something like this. I wasn't totally wrong. Yeah, I think so. 40 by 40 by 40. Yeah, cool. Now we have this status bar. Let's move it here. Let's change it, its color to white. Let's align. See, we have broken elements here inside too. And this way it's hard to place in the place we need to place. Here it's like H, yeah, H by H. But we can't, it's impossible, because we need to click twice to get here. Type here something like 11, it's gonna be okay. Now you see that it's not correct yet. All the things that are broken, we need to make them not broken, like round numbers. All of them, never broken numbers. Never ever, never ever. Now you see, right? Never ever broken numbers. So you decide, you will decrease the number or increase, but never broken. And here, just looking at that, it seems like there are many spaces here, but it's H, H, H. All of them, they are well aligned, but it seems they aren't, but they are, right? So this sort of thing happens. And thinking about design system, for instance, we don't break the rule. Like, it has to be H, it's gonna be H. Avoid to break the rule. But if you need to keep the rule, keep that. But avoid, break the rule only when that is necessary. Okay? Okay, so we got that now. This bar, I think it's a bit down, like this, yeah. Because aesthetically, visually, it's cool, but the user needs to move his or her thumb to tap, and it will provide a really big effort. So if we place things here, it's going to be easier to navigate. Cool. And then we have to place this photo over here. Just move the photo. It's named rectangle. Let's change to cover. Something like this. Let's see. 26 by 26. That should be 24 by 24. So I'm gonna increase a little. And the beauty working with Figma is, see, when I increase or decrease its size, the program knows how to keep proportions. Really beautiful. 23, one less, 24 by 24. Cool. And now it's time to it's gonna be here, because we are still talking about organisms and not about templates or pages. What we got here more, we have this text here. We can work in different ways here. Like, I can increase to match the photo size, the photo width, and the things inside. See, I will change the color of this auto layout. Yes, it's possible. I will place whatever color here. So I will change its size, and it's possible to see what's happening. See, I can go to some option really useful here. Here it's hug, which means it will be like embracing the text size. But I can go like fill container, and you see that our title will match the left and the right side. I can do here too, and I can do here too, and I can control too this spacing between them. So using the H pixel grid, I can go like 16, 24, but I'm gonna go H. And when I need or I want to remove the auto layout, I can select here and like hide its color or type 0 here too. All of them are going to work. And if I move just one element inside of a auto layout, I am removing it from the auto layout. I have to select here, see this little text, I click here, I will see all my elements and I can move, I should move only this, only clicking here. Okay, 38, 40, 24, let's see. And we got this bar too. The bar will be placed someplace in a few minutes. Let's move it here. Okay. Now I'm gonna move in all the things together. And remember, I'm doing that only to demonstrate what's possible to do, right? When you are working in a team, you don't need to replicate all the things. You just do once. But for this matter of explaining, it's better to do this way. Okay? And here we have title, text, image. The only thing I'm gonna change it here, I like to go this way, and I showed you before many times. I prefer to have the images like this. It's gonna be better in my opinion. So I'm gonna copy this one here. I'm gonna group, cover and text. I'm gonna call image placeholder or whatever name you want to use. I'm not sure if placeholder is together or separate. Let's see. Placeholder. Yeah. In Portuguese, espaço reservado. Placeholder. Okay. So we have this reserved space to insert things. And now it's time to have our template because our organisms are pretty okay. So let's move this placeholder here, 24 by 24. Let's see what I did here, 7.2, something like this. Let's see. Here, the black color is gonna be white color. I'm gonna move, but see, when we talk about auto layout, I move things out of a frame, out of a page like this. I have to click here in these little texts, but when I put my auto layout into a page, I can select whatever place, and clicking twice I can remove or add things. Okay, let's see, 24, if that works. Cool, I think so. Our bar, same thing, we need to change color of every item, like this, and this one here, it's okay too, because it's the same color but with a little opacity. 32, 24, we see what goes better. 16, maybe. Cool, 16 is okay, but we have to measure 24 by 24, so I have to increase its size. I like to press and hold shift. I like to hit this border and then make some operation, mathematic operation, -24. It's gonna work too. Cool. And I have my controllers, of course, so I have to place them here, but the spacing between them are too much. I have to adjust. I'm gonna change their color and then adjusting the space between them. The beauty of Figma. I always talk about that. It's really cool. H, that has to be 24. 32, 30. I have to go like this way, I think so. One by one. 24. Yeah, something like this. Let's see. I'm gonna select all my elements and I'm gonna move them a little upper to make more sense, because I have more space on top. So let's have something like this. So now we have our beautiful template, and it's good to mention as well that if I select and I move a page, all elements inside of the page will be moved too. And now finally it's time for our page. So template is okay. Let's just move down and I will replace this image by this image. The only thing I'm gonna do is replace. I selected this one here, copy. I select here, paste. It will be pasted and will replace the older one. Not exactly, I have the older one still here. Let's name it cover. No, that was replaced. I don't know, I'm confused. No, it's still here. So I will click here in this little eye to see what I'm selecting. I can even ungroup because that's a group, right? I have text, I have many things inside of here. So I will select the title and the cover, that gray shape we were using, both of them I selected, and I will delete. Cool. Now it's okay, it's pretty okay. I will still do something here. It's too bright. I will diminish the exposure and diminish the contrast too. I don't know, saturation. It's annoying me a little, saturation. More contrast, it's okay. Exposure, yeah, something like this. Temperature, highlights, I don't know. I am doing small adjustments, so I think my layout, my design will be better. Okay, now it's time to have some tune, some real information here. Let's see what can do well. I will use the same thing here. You can go and select whatever you want, but I'm no creative for selecting names right now. I will concentrate only in doing design. So whatever name you decide. See, just putting real data, even though this is dummy data, but that can be really useful, and it has this look and feel right now. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go to the final part. So our tutorial is finished. What we need to do over here is just to have some interaction. Pretty easy. We have this first state, the second state, and the third state. I'm gonna go to material design icons. Type here material design icons. We come here. Not this one. Fonts Google. I think so. Yeah, fonts.google.com/icons. So we have many icons here. We can even use them for free. But for now, I just want to use one of them. This little hand. Clicking. We can go here, like outline it. I don't want to outline it. Material symbols. Material icons, not symbols. Fields. Yeah, this one here, this little hand, interacting, clicking. You can see many of them. We just need to pick up one that makes sense for our interaction. This one here, perfect. We just need to download the SVG. We select, click, and drag to our Figma. Then it's a sort of frame, right? We can change its color to some color that we don't have in our layout, something really that can provide a big contrast. And to move this frame, we can't click here in the icon, right? We need to click in the name, and once that it's inside of a page, like the auto layout, we can click in whatever place to move it. And auto layout, see, when we move things over and we drag and drop, it's gonna be like this. But if we click and keep moving, the thing will be this one. Sometimes when I have to place some element over an auto layout, I go to my keyboard and I use my keys. I can press and hold shift to speed up. I will move like 8 pixels grid and I move this way. So here I'm not interacting with anything. I will copy from here, select the second page, and I will paste it here. Let's see. Here I don't have this feedback selected. I can select and go like 0. It's like being played normally. And then when I move things around, when I select this little thing here, now it will appear because I click it, right? And I will change the position. So I will select the ellipse and the selected here in this layer panel. I will move to whatever place. Let's suppose that I want to make my song go back because I want to listen to some specific part. Now I need to select this white part, but this white part, it's behind this transparency part, so I have to select this one here and move up. Now I can select here twice, and I will press and hold shift and move like this. And I will align in the center of this ellipse. Select here and move to match the right position over here. And in this position, I will do the same, but I don't need to do exactly the same. I will select this one here and delete. I will copy this one here, select the frame and paste, just like this. And now I select this part here and I make it like 0%. And I could demonstrate my interaction. And then I just move my mouse out, just something like this. And see, when I deliver that to the developer, the development team, like I can tell to the people, oh, we are designing this interface, this application, and I want to have some feature where it's possible to slide the position of the music. So I want to show you guys how I expect that to be. The user will tap and hold here, will move to the left or to the right. This feedback of selection will appear, and then when the user releases, when the user goes to other part, when the user goes out of the slider, I expect things to be this way, and people will understand you. And here we could even name the frames, the screens, like home 1. Some people, they do that too. There is no strict rule to name things, and so I always say that it's a matter of talking to other people in the team and seeing how they prefer to have the things. So we finished our tutorial. I'm really happy that you watched all the content I brought to you today here, and I expect to see you in the future. Thank you for having watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye guys. See you. Bye bye.